driving from Monticello, Utah to Capitol Reef. And Capitol Reef is supposed to be amazing, but this drive in itself is amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. And fixing to cross over Lake Powell, the very tippy edge of it, I guess.
14-1.
Clearance, we're good. Over the Colorado River. There's a little water in it. Capitol Reef National Park has a unique geologic feature. It is a water pocket fold that's almost 100 miles long and appears like a barrier reef when you're approaching from the east. It was formed by deposition, uplift of the earth, and then erosion. The campground in this national park is kind of unique. It's in a Mormon settlement and there are fruit trees all around. It's kind of an oasis in the desert with the Fremont River running through it. We're staying in the Fruita campground in Capitol Reef National Park. It's nice and shaded. Here at the Fruita campground they have a store where you can buy pies and cinnamon rolls, and they're sold out of the cinnamon rolls really fast. The pies are all gone. Oh, there's a marmot. That was cool. He gone. People enjoying their pie. Really is a pretty setting here. And the Fremont River runs right in back of the campground. We're gonna go down there and take our chairs and sit in the cool water later. It's gonna be pretty hot again today. This is one of the several orchards that you can come over and actually pick a piece of fruit and eat it while you're staying in the campground if they're ripe. So I walked up here to the Mormon settlement by myself because Dave hurt his back yesterday and he's not feeling so good. My hands are stained from the mulberries that I picked. I'm going to take them back to him. But up here I learned that there were 8 families who lived here. The Gifford family lived here until 1967, most of that time without electricity or without a telephone, television, much the way the original settlers lived here. So it was a pretty interesting walk around, and it's very pretty and lush and green in the middle of desert. So I can see why they settled here. These trees were here in the Mormon settlement in 1880. This cottonwood is known as the mail tree. This is the tree that they would bring the mail from Torrey as far as here, and then another carrier would transfer the mail and take it downriver. I also wanted to come over here to the picnic area to take some footage and tell you guys about the ranger talk last night was on mountain lions, and she told us that there was a mountain lion kill of a deer in this very picnic area, and the mountain lions kind of cache their prey and bury them with like leaves and straw and stuff over them. They found it here knowing that there are mountain lions right here around the campground. It's kind of intimidating, but it's kind of cool. This is a wild place. The National Park Service maintains these orchards still today using the same heritage techniques that the original homesteaders here in Fruita used. So they also use the same drainage ditches. They had peaches, pears, apricots, plums, apples. So good morning, David.
David.
Yeah, so we're staying where? The Fruita campground in Capitol Reef. And there's a little store there with what?
Pie.
Yeah.
So this is not gluten-free pie. This is like regular pie. So David is going to capitalize. Pie for breakfast because I'm a grown man. Hey, this morning we got up early, and you know how I love getting up early. But it's going to be 100 today, so we're going to do the Cassidy Arch Trail. The ranger lady said strenuous. Depends upon your definition of strenuous.
This trail is in something called the Grand Wash. This is a big canyon. Big canyon. colors are incredible, right? The hike up to Cassidy Arch is a difficult one for good reason. It was Butch Cassidy's hideout back in the day, so he picked a really good place. So that is Cassidy's Arch. What a hideaway.
So we've been well over a mile in this slot canyon, just taking it all in, and I've been looking at these holes. All of them have rocks in them. So I'm like, these damn whippersnapper kids putting rocks in all of them, but then you realize, wait a minute, they're high up. Water did that. Thousands of these holes, and they all have rocks in them.
Yeah.
It wasn't the whippersnappers. I was wrong.
Oh my. How tall do you think those walls are?
That one's probably 140.
Wow. So we're trying to take this image using our binoculars and the GoPro. See if it works. The petroglyphs and pictographs are reminders of the people who lived here well before the Mormon settlers. They were ancestors of the Paiute, Hopi, and Zuni tribes. Hey, thanks for joining us in one of Utah's spectacular Big Five. Next week, join us for some really good news and some really sad news.